Okay guys, hello, welcome to Captain J Simulation. So, hopefully you've enjoyed our interview with Captain JC Rage, an airline captain in the Philippines. And now, mayroon naman tayong bagong guest. And eto siya, he is a PPL, private pilot license. And madami na din siyang experience and he is currently kasama siya sa club, which is ACFC, dun sa Woodland in Clark, Pampanga. So help me welcome Sir Vince Villena of Cockpit Chatter.
Thank you so much for inviting me on your channel.
Nako po, ikaw pa.
Super thank you.
So, Kuya Vince, tell me like a basic background lang of yourself. Kung sino ba si Sir Vince, si Cockpit Chatter?
Okay, so sige. I'm a private pilot, no? Currently with the CAAP license technically, and I have no intentions of going commercial on a CAAP license. Ayan. But I'm not closing the doors for a commercial certificate for an FAA. Diba? So yun. So I'm currently with a family business. Yun. At the same time, I own my software company, which technically caters for artificial intelligence.
Grabe, suabe to si Kuya Vince. Bossing to.
No. Hindi, no. Busabos.
No po. Kuya Vince, saan ka nag-start nung flying na journey mo? Saan ka nag-enroll? Ano yung mga procedures o yung mga steps na kinuha mo to become who you are right now?
I was a kid, no. Okay, that's a good question, no. Ever since I was a kid, I really wanted to go flying. So I realized it's siguro mga 6 years old or 5. Basta the first toy I remember is a toy airplane. Then, yeah. So, nangyari nun, basically, kung gusto ko na lumipad, wala kaming pera. Basically, no, the family business, yung unang family business at the time was down. But I was lucky enough to have a good career sa IT industry. You know, and then, one day I was at Captain Joy Roa's office, sa Asian Air Safari. And then I think I was 24 years old, 23. I was, I think, configuring Joy Roa's Wi-Fi at the time. Tapos I asked him, no, when can I start flying? If I can still fly. So then he asked me my age. Sabi niya, pwede pa. So, you know, the next day, no, so wala akong pera. So, you know, ginawa ko, I used all my cards to enroll to Omni. Omni Aviation. So Omni Green at that time. I think that was 2005. Yeah. Yeah, that's where it all started. So I took my PPL there. Tapos I built about 100 hours. Actually, I stopped flying at Omni at 100 hours and 1 minute. may diskarte ako doon. But at that time, I was planning to go to Captain Maynard Halili for instrument rating. I think I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, minimum requirements niya for IFR training was 100. So yung diskarte ko na was PPL, IR dapat, and then commercial. At that time, syempre bata ka pa nun. Somewhere in between, no, I was offered jobs abroad. So, syempre, ano bibiliin mo, di ba? Income muna, di ba? So, I took the jobs, and one of the jobs I got was with Airbus in Toulouse. I was in Toulouse, working in Toulouse. I can't tell you what project it is, but I was there. So yun, and then nag-pause ako ng flying noon. That was around 2007. I paused flying. Yun, so diretso na. And then until siguro I went back 3 years ago flying simply because yung anak ko natuwa na sumasakay ng airplane. Sabi ko, I think it's about time for him to show na, may nakikita siya sa bahay na lumilipad. Just to encourage him. Diba?
Big time talaga to si Kuya Vince. Toulouse,
And then,
Airbus, nako po.
yes, Toulouse. And then, I was just lucky. Technically, yung project na yun, nung sinabi sa amin, we have a project with Toulouse, ganyan. Talagang pinagsikapan din naman natin makapasok doon. So, I volunteered for that, even though alam ko matagal akong mawawala. Yeah.
Grabe, sabi Kuya Vince. Nako po. So, Kuya Vince, kasi I've started already my flying school now. So, and marami ding nagsa-start mga classmate ko. And there are times na minsan sinasabi nila, nako, hindi ko na kaya or something. Was there a time na napasok yun sa isip mo na kahit hindi sa flying, kahit sa career mo as an IT na hindi mo na kaya?
Was there a time? Ito na sasabihin ko. Siguro attitude ko is a go-getter. Basta pag pinasok ko, and I hope you do that the same. No? Pag pinasok ko, I wanna make sure it through and through. I mean, kahit mahirap, papasukin mo yan. Diba? Duman si Will Stoughton, managing director ng Arayatero. Sorry about that. So if you really want it, diba, you just have to pursue it. Diba? Kahit ba you have to pass through hole of a needle. So yun. So wag kayo mawala ng pag-asa. Ako ang discard ko naman dyan if yung hindi naman na losing hope. If I feel pressured or if I feel overwhelmed, ang ginagawa ko temporary, I disconnect. So I could think out of the box.
Ayan.
Diba? Ako, diba, dumaan din ako sa financial problem. Pero mo, inutang ko lang yung initial ko na pang training through credit cards. Diba? So, pag gusto mo, you'll move heaven and earth.
Oo nga, Kuya Vince.
Diba?
Sakto.
So, diskarte lang. Diba?
Yes.
And don't lose hope. Pag gusto mo naman talaga, you just go grab it. Diba?
Okay guys, you've heard it from Sir Vince Villena himself. Cockpit Chatter. So, Kuya Vince, about naman this pandemic, what's your point of view as a pilot and as a person about this pandemic right now?
Okay. So, etong pandemic na to, to tell you a story, so they shut down the GA, all flights, diba? March 15, 2000. So, 2 weeks after that, Miss Poy Guarin asked me, if I could fly, if I could fly PPEs to Qatarman, kasi I think she has close friends there and some relatives. Tapos sabi ko, ma'am, sige, game. Kinausap ko si Will. Sabi ko, Will, managing director ng Arayat. Sabi ko, can we convert the 603 to cargo freighter? And then, nag-reply siya, already done. Sabi niya, we remove the back seat. You can put as much cargo as you want as long as it fits and, as long as it's on the weight limits of the airplane. Okay. Sabi ko, ma'am, sige, let's go. So how soon can you deliver the cargo? So sabi niya, give me a few days. So she arranged it even to the office of the vice president. So that's why we brought yung first cargo na nasakay namin was yung cargo ni Miss Poy Guarin plus some donors and plus yun nga kay VP. And then sunod-sunod na yun. So yun yung naging way namin ni Emil to fly actually. That's why we kept flying during the lockdowns. Kasi yun lang naman talaga pwede. Did you just volunteer? Gusto mo din lumipad. Diba? Technically, you'll be burning money, but, gusto mo lumipad eh. Yun lang yung way. So, that's why we were current during the pandemic. We were lucky at the same time. May lumapit. Ayan. So, ngayon, for pilots, okay, mawala ng hope din. Technically, pag gusto mo naman, talagang you'll move heaven and earth, diba? Ito, opportunity to shine dun sa mga talagang may gusto sa aviation. Diba? So kung may setback na ganito, those who will survive on this kind of situation is yung talaga may love of flying lang. Hindi yung hinahabol sweldo, diba?
Oo, Kuya Vince.
So yun yung magsusurvive on this kind of situation. Kasi if you're looking for financial compensation, syempre, hindi naman natin ma-force yung mga companies to pay you big.
Yes.
Kasi they are bleeding money too.
Mm-hmm.
Diba? So yun lang. Yun lang yung point of view ko. So actually, it's the right time. During the pandemic, it was the right time for us to train IFR din. Actually, not formally. Kami ni Podgy Plane, we were doing missions, tapos papunta na sa Baguio season. And then sabi namin sa pre, malalayo manilipad natin. We need to learn how to shoot an approach. On our own. Although may kasama kami yung mga instrument-rated pilots, so like sila Malkiel, si Serge. So sabi ko, opportunity na to learn. Kasi walang less congestion yung traffic, so papayagan ka mag-shoot ng approach. Diba? So, yun. So, we learned to shoot the approach. Ganun lang. Shoot lang kami na shoot ng approach, basa-basa, tips from the pilots, like si Malkiel, si Serge. Yun. So, doon yun yung namin. Sabi na, ang goal namin ni Podgy Plane was, we only need to survive if we screw up on predicting the weather. ang gandang opportunity yun to learn actually mga IFR, cross country, kasi walang masyadong traffic, hindi ka nakakagulo or hindi ka din naguguluhan sa traffic, alam mo yun.
Hindi ka din pressured sa mga malalaking jet sa likod mo.
Hindi ka pressured sa malalaking jet sa likod mo na kailangan mo i-shoot yung ILS na 120 knots, di ba? So yun, or more, diba?
So Kuya Vince, so right now nakita ko yung mga vlog mo. I mean yung mga videos mo, especially yung article mo na when do you really start flying. And nakita ko yung si Johan na pinapa-experience mo na even nung una pa nung mga vlogs mo na pinatry mo si Johan maglipad. So talaga, like what's your plan kay Johan? Like, do you really want him to become a pilot, or do you just want him to introduce about flying and introduce him to something else para so he can make up his mind, or ano ba?
Okay. So first, hindi ko pinilit yung anak ko maging pilot.
Yeah.
Hindi ko siya pipilitin. He can be what he wants to be when he grows up, diba? Pero after nung mga unang lipad namin, I saw him playing computer games, more on airplanes. Kahit sa Roblox, he was playing airplanes on Roblox. So sabi ko, kaya tanong ko siya that time. Sabi ko, so you wanna become a pilot? Sabi niya, hindi. Okay, sabi ko, no problem, whatever you want. Diba? And then, siguro a week or 2 weeks ago, couple weeks ago, sinabi niya na, I wanna go flying. Sabi ko, you wanna become a pilot? Sabi niya, yes. So sabi ko, okay, let's go fly. Yeah, hindi ko siya binilit. Siya yung nagtanong. So, like kanina, lumipad siya kanina. Second flight niya with Kevin, Podgy Plane son. So ang goal lang namin dyan is not to bore him. We just keep him exposed. I don't want to keep pushing him. No? Kung ano lang yung gusto niya munang gawin. Kasi it's still so early. Diba? Pag masyado mo naman maaga inumpisahan din, baka mabore din yung bata. So, just chill flights lang, enjoy. Diba?
Oh, okay.
So, kung talagang gusto niya, wala, butas bulsa ko lalo.
Nako po.
Diba? Wala na akong magagawa doon, diba? And this aviation is actually more addicting than the prohibited drugs.
Nako po. Totoo yan, Vince. Kahit ako hindi pa nakakalipad, na-addict na din ako eh.
Diba? So, yun lang. Hindi ko siya pinipilit. But kung gusto niya, sige, okay. Paggawa natin ng paraan.
So,
kaya ni Daddy.
So, Kuya Vince, Cockpit Chatter. So, let's talk more about your page. 'Di ba? Like
Sige.
you've been flying with like mga iba't ibang piloto, mga FAs, mga piloto din sa iba. So when did or paano nagsimula yung Cockpit Chatter? Paano mo nabuo yung idea na yun?
All right. Actually, the yung Cockpit Chatter talaga, initially, I just wanted yung papakita ko may lumilipad ka content and more on travel. Until the third episode, it was with John Barangan last year. And then the lockdowns happened. So I have to reinvent, diba? Siyempre, sino ba naman pwede mong isama lang lumipad? Siyempre, licensed pilots lang din. Kasi yun naman yung APOR. Hindi ka naman pwedeng magkatak dyan ng kung sino-sino na come fly with me and then we'll do vlogging. Di ba? Kung APOR kayo pareho, wala silang magagawa. At least, on a mission. Di ba? So that's why dumating sa point na you keep nag-interview ako noon. But now, things are opening up. Di ba? So, kahit pa paano konti-konti nakaka-travel na. So, siguro we'll go back to that. Share the adventures of flying, gano'n. And kung anong paano natin, like, kung may mga bagong issues, actually, so the videos will support the blog content also. Yun. Yung mga issues na pwede natin i-discuss na hindi naman regarding general aviation. So, yun.
Suave talaga, Kuya Vince. Bossing na bossing.
Hindi. Busabot, brad.
Nako po. So, was there any, Kuya Vince, parang naging pinaka-challenge mo? Or was there any situation na while flying, ito yung pinaka-challenge, like binagyo ka, na weather ka na grabe, or was there a situation na ganyan? In your experience?
Oh yes, may mga ganong experiences. Actually, although lagi naman ako may kasama instrument rated yung airplane. When it comes to that, hindi naman ako tutuhog sa cloud na hindi instrument rated yung kasama ko kasi or hindi instrument rated yung aircraft. And hindi instrument rated yung aircraft. So there were instances like that where I misjudged the weather. My weather analysis, no. So, diba? So, nakapasok sa weather, ganun. And in my opinion, dapat all students, no, may experience at least to learn how to fly inside the weather. Different technically. Hindi man different animal, but different discipline. But it's very nice. Once you get out of it. it's very what do you call this? It's very satisfying.
Satisfying.
It's very satisfying. Yes. So yun. But anyway, yun nga, so nakapasok ng mga ilang weather. Yeah, a couple of times, yes.
So was there
no doubt about it.
Meron bang situation na nag-stood out sa'yo nun? Ano nangyari?
Oh yeah, meron. There was this one time, no. Yung first time ko na ma-weather, it was 2007. 2007. We were coming back to Clark from Jumalig. Sa Sierra Madre, known yan for weather. And then, 4 kami piloto. All of us were pilots. So, yung katabi ko is an instrument-rated flight instructor na Japanese, na higher batch sa akin, close friend of mine. And then, 2 of them at the back, piloto din. Both of them are airline captains now. So
blip na lang natin yan.
So to cut the so anyway, so we were crossing. I was flying. Technically, we took off late afternoon. We took off Jumalig. They tulog na sila tatlo. Nag-swimming kami. Whole day kami doon eh. Swimming kami. Di ako lang gising. I was dodging clouds. Siyempre, VFR pilot na tayo. Really dodging clouds. Ganyan. Left and right. Maya-maya, namuti yung windshield ko. Like, shit, okay lang to. Stable ba to? Maputi lang to. Okay lang yan. It's fine, di ba? Suppose. Okay, so I just scanned my instruments. I was doing fine. Maya-maya, dumilim. Oh, shoot. And then I heard the rain. Oh, shoot. Sige, okay. Di, gano'n, pasok na din. Tapos, maya-maya, talagang malakas yung turbulence and everything. So I woke up na yung friend ko, yung instrument rated. Sabi ko, I need your help. Sabi ko, I'm having a hard time maintaining it already. Tapos sabi ko, your controls na yun. I gave the controls kasi siya yung instrument rated. Diba? I mean, I don't wanna gamble with our lives. More recent situation. Sorry, yung time na yun, we were 15 minutes inside the cloud, the storm. We went out of the storm. Sobrang linaw sa Clark. Then we just landed VFR.
Mm-hmm.
So most recent naman, we were flying Mindanao. No, we were flying in Mindanao. I misjudged again the weather. So like I've said, guys, marami pa akong kailangang bunuing bigas. There are times that I really have to, put more experience to it. So lalo pag-predict ng weather. So yun nga, I misjudged again the weather. Technically, hindi ko na factor in yung tailwind ko. So we were arriving at that point na ahead of time by 30 minutes. Na I was calculating by 30 minutes after actually, wala na yung storm na yun. But we arrived 30 minutes earlier. So cut the story short, we went through the clouds, went inside. It was we were at 9,000 or 10,000. Then the after-ups were pushing up to 1,000, 11,000. Bigla ka babagsak ng 10, bigla ka babagsak ng 9. And the airspeed was siguro sisirit ng almost top of mga 120, 130 basta paakyat. Sisirit siya. So nasa yellow arc range ka na ng airplane, no? And you were at almost at the limit of operating limits of the airplane already in terms of altitude. Diba? Konti na lang yun, service ceiling na. So anyway, so yun, so pag sumirit yung airspeed, 2 seconds later, ibabagsak na yung airspeed mo close to stalling speeds. So, alam mo yung lagay. I wasn't flying that time. It wasn't my leg. Pero syempre, diba? It will increase your heart rate. Definitely. And you'll learn a lot out of it. Diba? Kasi shit, I should have predicted it. Dapat hindi kami pumasok doon. Diba? And nung time na yun, na-box in na kami, there was no chance of going back. So just push it through. And luckily, I was flying with a more experienced pilot with me at that time. So, and he was the one who was flying it. So, but still, it increased my heart rate.
ano yung feeling na makapasok ng weather, Kuya Vince? Like, binabato ka talaga ng ano?
Yung binabato ka, yung turbulence, it's more of a nuisance actually, to be honest. Pero sa umpisa, to be honest, nakakatakot yun. Kaya nga maganda ma-experience ng mga nag-aaral yun. Yung at least how to fly inside the weather. So umpisa talagang, I have to admit, yung mga first few ko, nakakatakot. And then afterwards, you get used to it, and then you start focusing flying the plane. So medyo nuisance siya kasi you have to keep adjusting the plane. That's it. Diba? But and you can't get that on a simulator, yung fear of dying. Diba? Kasi sa simulator, pause natin, diba? Or adjust na lang natin yung weather. Diba? Tapos na. Dito, hindi. You have to, you have to fight for your life. Diba? Yun.
So, speaking of simulator, Kuya Vince, we all know naman na nagsisim ka. And
yes.
Madami ding sa mga Facebook, madami ding nagsisim, nag-stream na sim and everything. So with that, how do you think that flight simulator affects a person, or paano mo to? Ano bang mga advantage na flight simulator right now?
I started playing before I learned to fly. No. If you notice, my VATSIM ID is 5 digits. So sobrang tagal na ron, di ba? Buti nga na-recover ko pa yung account na yun. But anyway, ang advantage ng simming, mas madali ka when you start the flying school. But meron yan disadvantage. Okay? Ang disadvantage na usually, pag simmers, they tend to focus more on the instruments. Which was yun yung unang kinorek sa akin when I started flying, technically. Syempre nung bata ka, you want to fly the airliner. It's cool, di ba? It's nice. I have to admit that's cool. Diba? And you want the glass cockpit and everything para astig na astig. But when you go back to the basics, the only sa akin, yung pinapagawa sa akin, bantayan mo lang yung airspeed mo, don't look at the attitude indicator, look outside. So, you have to fly it like that, diba? Bantayan yung airspeed mo, yung engine instruments mo, that's it. And your heading, of course. So, glance ka lang sa ano. So, nung unang kinorek sa akin was not to glance on the attitude indicator. Not to focus on the attitude indicator. Yun.
So, ano yung mga plano ni Sir Vince Villena ngayon? Like, kukuha ba siya na CPL? Pupunta ba siya FAA dito? Ano yung mga plans niya?
Definitely, I want to pursue FAA. CPL, IR, FI. Gusto ko kumuha ng FAA license. I hope I have the time. Yun lang yung kalaban ko ngayon, the time. The plans now is syempre baka mahati na din yung flying ko kasi gusto na ni Bugoy lumipad. So, I have to put kahit pa paano sa budget sa gusto niya lipad. Ganun. Diba?
Kaya Vince, last question para baka naman nakaabala na ako sa'yo.
Hindi naman. So, lakas ka sa akin.
Nako po. Nang bola pa. Okay. Ano yung advice mo, Kuya Vince, to our aspiring pilots ngayon and also to everyone na mga piloto na nawalan ng trabaho, and it's not really specifically sa mga piloto lang pero everyone in general na nawalan ng trabaho due to pandemic, and especially sa mga aspiring pilots natin na nagpa-flying na ngayon.
Alright, so dun sa mga nagpa-flying na ngayon, no? So just keep flying kung talagang gusto mo siya, diba? If you really want it, then just like I've said, just go and grab it. Do whatever it takes, diba? Pero don't expect too much in return. Sa ngayon, lalo ngayon with this kind of economic situation, and be prepared to have a good second career backup. Always have a second career backup. No, so diba? Like ako, I'm a software. I've been in the IT industry, diba? So technically, yung naging primary source of income ko was the software. So, software. Meron din akong kilala. He's a writer and a pilot now. So, he makes his living as a writer now, which he makes a good money out of it, technically. Yun yung ma-advise ko. Always have a second career na can provide. So, in the event na, mangyari ulit to, who knows, diba? There will be an economic crisis in the next few years, diba? Which is a cycle. Mukhang nagiging cycle based on my life experience lang. Diba? Diba? So, from time to time, nagkakaroon ng economic crisis, and unang naapektuhan talaga doon is aviation. Diba? So, yun. So, have a good second career backup and always maintain that second career. Kasi anytime, diba? Magkaroon ka ng problema sa aviation, okay, relax muna. Dito tayo sa magandang kita. Pag gumanda na ulit, balik tayo sa kabila. Diba? Ganun lang yun. Diba? So, always find ways, diba? Dun sa mga nawalan ng trabaho, it's now the time to reinvent yourself. Diba? Kung wala kang second career, now it's a good time for, to study for another second career. In the meantime, diba? While your primary passion is your primary career is down. Yan lang. And then just try to make yourself stand out ulit, diba? I mean, pag dumating naman yung hiring and recruitment, unang hahanapin sa iyo dyan is what makes you stand out from the rest of the, thousands who were applying. Diba? Yun.
Salamat sa time, Kuya Vince, na and guys, Sir Vince Villena, Cockpit Chatter, and plug mo muna, Kuya Vince, Facebook at YouTube mo.
Okay. So thank you so much. No? So follow us on Cockpit Chatter Facebook page. So it's Cockpit Chatter sa Facebook. And then sa YouTube, same din, Cockpit Chatter. Yan. And hopefully makasama ko lumipad si Joshua soon.
Hopefully soon, Kuya Vince.
Hopefully soon.
So guys, join us for thanking Sir Vince Villena. Sir Vince.
Ayan guys, thank you so much. Please support CapJ Simulations. Again, this is Cockpit Chatter. Exploring destinations, one runway at a time.